Good afternoon. Welcome to YouTube, where you can watch people fix things and hopefully it works for you. Today I'm going to try to fix my freezer. This is a Frigidaire freezer. It's got a big long part number. I'll put that in the comments or in the notes below. I don't even know how to do that, but we'll try to figure that out. But what's been going on with this freezer is it's been on the blink. Literally, this front panel says 6 degrees. It appears to be working just fine, but it's lying to us. So literally it's on the blink. What happens is when I open the door, it starts blinking. And then the front panel will go berserk, showing a bunch of messed up numbers and fault codes and red lights. And then that you can hear the relay clicking on and off that turns the light inside on and off. Maybe it's the control board, maybe it's a big capacitor, a $40 capacitor or a $150 control board. Now, so I don't know if it's gonna go on the blink for you, but we'll see. And I've also got a new control board, I'll show you. Just came from, I ordered it from Amazon, but it took a week to get here. So stand by, we'll see if we can get this thing fixed. Okay, so I'm gonna open it. I've removed my child safety lock here. Here's what happens. Yeah, see that? It's blinking, going crazy, and what might happen now when I close it, the front panel might actually go berserk. You can see that the whole screen starts going berserko. I'm just gonna do a quick unboxing. So this is how my Amazon package came, and we're gonna go inside, and you'll see I haven't even opened it yet. But this is the board that goes behind this unit. So there's another video out there of another gentleman doing the exact same thing on a different, probably a different model, but I think it's the same process where we're going to put some tools behind the Frigidaire, or I think Amana is the same design, to pop the tabs out, to pop this whole unit out. It simply unplugs, and then we take the part apart. So do the unboxing or the unbagging as it will, and I'll do a comparison as soon as I get the other one open. The paper is the Electrolux directions. That's pretty handy. I'll read those. And then here you can see the board. I'm actually not going to put on an ESD, but I have made sure I've touched the grounding screw on a nearby light fixture, light switch, to make sure I don't have any static. And there's the board. It looks like a fit because it's got the 2 buttons here, it's got the digital display, and then it's got the 4 buttons here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, step 1 is we unplug the freezer. Right there. And we are off. Alright, so here's what the directions say for the Electrolux kit 297235200. We're going to be replacing the board that's inside this housing, and then we're going to put the housing back. Step 1 is remove the control board assembly from the door by inserting a putty knife in between the board and the door from the top. Press down and release the tabs while gently prying the assembly open from the door. So I have a putty knife right here in my pocket, and as I saw on the other YouTube gentleman's video, a good idea to put masking tape here so as not to damage the paint, and we'll see if we are successful here. Getting in there is kind of tricky. My putty knife maybe is not as thin as this, but I am able to get down there. I think what I'm going to do is get a little pocket knife to help me. Alright, here we go. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a gore video. I've got a Chicago Cutlery 107S here. You can find this at your local cutlery store, like Kohl's. And this is a Warner 1 1/4 inch putty knife. Probably not as wide as recommended, but it's also got a bunch of putty on here, so it's literally a putty knife. And the reason I have the cutlery here is to try to get this guy wedged behind it. I probably should wear some safety glasses. Okay, I'm going to go put safety glasses on, pausing one more time. Okay, now I've got safety glasses on. I also found some wider putty knives. Small, medium, and large here. We'll see if we need those. They're a little thicker than the metal ones, so they probably won't help much. All right, we're back, and I've got an assortment of screwdrivers and tools to try to pry up from the back right here. I can feel it like snapping and pulling out. I don't know if there's any tabs in there, but maybe there are tabs. Didn't feel like it. It just feels like it's a tight friction behind there. So now I'm going to get under this side, try to do the same thing and walk along the sides. I can feel it come. See what I mean about the snapping? Okay. I feel like that now. There we go. Okay, it broke out. Now we will remove that. Ah, the tabs broke, all 6 of them. Here's where it unplugs, but these tabs all broke. Maybe I should have purchased the new bezel as well. Okay, let's go take this board out of here. One of the instructions I read online, I think it actually was in the paper document, said push down on this relay. This is probably that relay that has been clicking. Click, 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 click. But that allows the ability to push this tab. Can you see the tabs here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. I can feel it come loose a little bit there. Yeah, there we go. So the directions say do the top, because this relay, if I did the bottom, it wouldn't hinge up, it would hit the relay. If I do the top, then this hinges up. Now I can pull those out from the bottom side. Each corner has pins in it, so I do need to, I'm going to have to lift up this side as well, aren't I? Pretty sure that bottom won't pop in, as long as I'm careful. So we're going to lift this up, got that side out, and then scoot this down here and push each of those tabs out. Okay, I think it's sitting there. I can remove it. Interestingly enough, this capacitor right here, the top is domed. I'm not sure if this will zoom in or not, if this will focus, but there's actually a curve on the top of this cap So maybe I could replace that cap. It's 1,000 microfarad, polarized. It's got the negative on there. 16 volts. But this is curved. You can almost see that curvature on the camera there, and I can definitely feel it with my thumb. So I bet if I replace that capacitor, and you can order capacitors. Let's compare these boards. So this is the back of the board. Yeah, this capacitor is definitely, the components are slightly different. They're not exactly the same, but very similar. Circuit board. The circuit board looks almost identical. This one says 2508 on the old one, and the new one has a completely different marking here, 94 volts OH, so that's the same in 3621. This has a manufacturing date code of WK3308. This one says WK3322. Maybe this one was made in 2008 and this one was 22, except I can read it upside down, as you can tell. Let's flip them over. So the old one's on the top and the new one's on the bottom. They look pretty similar. 4 buttons, all the same components. I think this one will work. Let's go reinstall it. First, we'll take this old one, we'll set it aside. We'll take the new one and line it up so that the display is in the display area there. We've got the little 4 holes that drop down into the 4 holes of the plastic housing here. And I'm going to snap in the bottom ones. There we go. And then I'm going to snap in the top ones. Flip that around for you. I'm going to give it a little help here. So I'm trusting that I can, since it's so tight going in there, that I can put this back into the freezer door and it will actually stay in place due to friction. So those are, all these tabs are now in. There's the display, I can see it through the window. And let's go install it. I also want to point out, this is the top. The bottom has this big plastic flare. So that, you can keep that in mind if you're watching this before you're taking it out. When you're pulling this out, this is both something to kind of maybe stick a screwdriver under and wedge it out. But remember, if the freezer comes down to get away with getting this out of that tight spot that looks like this and wedging it up without breaking the tabs on the top, and I don't think you can even move it up at an angle to try to lift these bottom ones out. There's no way really to get something under here to push those tabs up. I think the answer is they're just going to break. I'm going to make sure that they don't break off in there for the pieces that are really loose. Yep, see that? I'm just going to break those off. There's no use that they can provide, at least the ones that are torn. This one, I don't know if you can see it, is torn. So I'm going to see how it moves, like a loose tooth. Ironically, my daughter just lost a tooth while I was making this video. Let's go put her in and hope it works. And we're back. I want to point out something before I put this in. You'll see the tape. Look how mangled up that is. So I'm glad I put that tape on to protect the paint. Didn't really need it on the bottom so much, but sure did help on the top. Some of that's just dirt from being under the lip, but still good idea to protect it. Now when I push this in, I want to push it straight in so that these pins line up with this bottom row of pins here on the bottom. It looks like the guide pins here on the left and right side, which go into the guide holes, will actually help keep this thing straight. I'm just not expecting this to stay. Hopefully it will. Yeah, there's some friction in there. Hopefully it'll actually stay in. Hey, did you hear that pop? It clicked in there. All right, now I'm gonna go over and plug it in, and you get to watch it. You'll see it before I do. Do the test. I don't know if you heard that. It just came on. It's set at 1 degree. High temp, 23 degrees. It's been off for quite some time. It was running intermittently. I should be able to change the setting. Ah, this is working. I'm going to leave it at 0 for now. Well, let's leave it at 1 degree. So it's set to minus 6C or 22F. This is working. This is awesome. The proof in the pudding will be if I open this door, the compressor should shut off, but the light should come on and not blink. Oh, the compressor didn't shut off. I was wrong about that. The light is not blinking, so that fixed the freezer. I'm going to double check the temperature with a thermometer, watch it go down from 21, an independent thermometer, and when it's done, I'll take everything that's been on dry ice for the last several days, trying to keep that stuff from ruining. We're going to put that back in the freezer, and then we'll be back in business. And I may buy the extra capacitor to fix that board, so I'll have the other board on hand in case this one goes on the blink through a power surge. All right, thanks for watching. Hope that this will come out okay in editing, and hopefully this helps you in addition to the other videos out there. Take care. God bless. Moving up. Light works. There's the turkey. It's still pretty hard. That's good. I think it's time to put some food in here once I double check this temperature drops. The capacitors I ordered to replace the one that's blown on this old freezer control board. This one, may not be able to see it in the camera, is curved on the top. There's a little bit of crud. toothpaste, dried up toothpaste looking stuff on there. Not much. In fact, I'm not even sure if I see that. But the other capacitors appear flat on top, except for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to desolder that and then use one of my new capacitors that came. I had to buy 20 of them on eBay for like $8. So it's not bad cost. So I'm going to desolder this guy, and the negative goes toward these pins here. Incidentally, these pins I don't think are used. Maybe they're used to program something. I noticed there's a firmware version on here, so this has got reprogrammable firmware. About that. Now my soldering iron is warmed up, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to desolder. Got one of them out and melted that again. So who knows if it'll still really work. But my plan is to have this on the shelf in case that freezer board that I have suffers a failure of some kind. I'll at least have this backup. I was joking with my daughter. I ordered 20 of these, and this freezer board was from 2008. It's 2022 right now, so that's 14 years. So 280 years from now, I will be out of freezer boards if it's always this capacitor that fails. Alright, I got it off, it went flying. Unfortunately, those are probably filled with solder still. So what I'll do, I'm just going to use the pins of this to see if I can push these through at once. Okay, got that in there. Now we need to put a little fresh solder. Here's the 1000 microfarad 16 volt polarized capacitor in place. It's the exact same size, dimensions wise, and we just desoldered it. We're now gonna, and we inserted the new one here. You can see here where I melted the freezer display. If it didn't damage the internal components, it's still probably operational. I guess we'll find out in 14 years. Got the nippers here, and what I'm going to do is just take these crescent tools and nip off. Look away or wear safety glasses because these little sharp pieces of metal go flying. Okay, so it's about the best I can do for now. I've replaced that component that I think was causing the freezer to fail. We'll put this back in the bag here with a little note to posterity so we know what this is. And I'll keep it near the freezer for next time. Thanks for watching.